So Nick, of that list of why people leave, which one is the most prominent?
In all the years I've been in this industry, the one that keeps coming up year after year, and the number one reason is relationship with management. There's been a couple of prominent Gallup surveys, and one of the most prominent conducted a poll of over 1 million employees, and they found that leaving a bad manager was the number one reason why workers quit. They had a number as high as 75% of those that left voluntarily did so because of their boss and had nothing to do with the job. Additionally to that, the study found that 79% of their employees quit, claiming that there was a lack of appreciation, and that was directly correlated to their direct manager.
So the secret then is that leaders have to recognize the qualities of people and constantly give them positive or, well, honest feedback.
Absolutely. I think it's acknowledging the unique things that people have to offer and encouraging them for the significant results that those individuals have delivered. And I think the piece here is being genuine. And you would like to think that if the managers had a role to play in hiring those individuals, they should recognize what they have done. And what it does demonstrate is if they do recognize the employees, that would be a huge investment that they can make upfront to retain them.
Now, this all gets a whole lot harder in a lockdown situation where there's very little face-to-face and a lot of Zoom calls, which have absolutely diminished power.
Yeah. Look, I think the thing that we're talking about here, and I think the bit to remember and be important here is we're not asking employees to be best friends with their boss, but they need to have a relationship with their boss. Their boss or the employees and their boss are part of their daily lives, and absolutely acknowledge the fact that we are now in lockdown. But I think if we can get to a point where we create some level of authenticity about a relationship and understand the implications of what lockdown is and the circumstances under which the people are battling. Some individuals may have children that they're homeschooling as well. That adds another whole host of pressure on the individual. Some may not.
So the other aspect of that is culture. I think it's probably impossible to have a bad boss and a good culture, but it's certainly possible to have a good boss and a bad culture. So how important is culture?
Look, I think it's very difficult to underestimate the importance of culture. And I think one of the things leading on from the Gallup survey that was conducted, they found that individuals that left their job within 90 days listed that 32% of the reason that they left was because of company culture. And I think it's that authenticity and transparency that's really important up front, because if we tie this back into why people are staying or why they're leaving, it's because of their line manager. And you can find often that the line manager is the filter that can be between themselves and the corporate culture or the organization as a whole.
Okay, so we're likely to be in some kind of lockdown or in and out of lockdown for some time yet. Does that mean there's going to be higher turnover of staff because people are getting sick of what's happening, or less turnover because people are scared of losing their jobs?
Look, I think in Australia, it's quite difficult to tell. What we are finding, and I think sometimes we utilize UK and US statistics because they are a little bit further ahead. There are various reports, particularly out of the US, which is a little bit further ahead in the cycle that we're in at the moment. And they're calling it the resignation culture. And dependent upon what report you read, they are talking about statistics of anywhere between 35 and 50% of people that are looking to resign from their current position and looking to seek new opportunities. I think where organizations are battling, and we call it, or we refer to it as the hybrid working model, which is throughout this COVID period, certainly over the last 12 to 18 months, many individuals have demonstrated the fact that technically you can work from anywhere and be successful. Again, that's an element of a sweeping statement covering many role families. The challenge that organizations are facing now is, how do we integrate that within the fabric of our organization? And what does that mean for employees? So if we start to look at some of the trends that are happening overseas, we should certainly anticipate in Australia that there will be more resignations ahead.
Okay, exciting times then. Nick, thank you very much indeed. Very interesting.
Thank you very much for your time. Stay safe.